Welcome back to our Survivor 43 podcast. I'm just here with Mike and Fan Guy this week. For anybody keeping up with Little Brother, Mike's coming off of an HOH week, so go check that out. And a Fan Guy, he's having a interesting game himself, up and down, up and down. You can also check out Fan Guy on YouTube, Josh Fan Guy. If anybody wants any fantasy advice, betting advice, Fan Guy will give you the good details. But how are you two feeling?
Yeah, okay, pretty good. I mean, literally feeling. I've had a bit of a stuffy nose and cough for a few days now, so not
Oof,
not not
rough.
amazing, but doing good, doing good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm great too. No complaints here. Like the episode this week. I mean, I'm digging this season, so it's
As far as the season's concerned, it's just okay. It's just okay. I have less time than when I first started getting into Survivor, just in general. So it's as my free time diminishes, it feels less worth it to you know. But I am still watching it, and it's okay. It just feels like it's toned down, and for babies, just keeps being the sentiment that I keep thinking.
Yeah.
Is it's just like they're like hand holding through the most basic of things.
Is that what you get from this Beware advantage with it being get the beads? Because it's
It's
not great
okay.
television to
It's
me.
okay. It's okay television. That's my best advice for it.
it's better than breaking a goddamn hourglass. Okay,
They didn't break it. Wait, yes, they did. They did smash it. That's right.
it's better than that. So hey, we're moving in the right direction. It's progress, not
Perhaps,
perfection.
perhaps. I can't lie. I'm pretty bored by this season. I don't know if it's just because I'm fucking tired of Big Brother and Little Brother, but it's been pretty boring to me.
How could you be tired of Little Brother? Little Brother is so exciting. Tune in every
No, I mean I'm
Saturday.
tired of Survivor because of Little Brother and Big
Yeah,
Brother.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Certainly more.
also, I still find this cast they're not the most exciting cast either. They still to me are the off brand of past players that are just kind of not really bringing it.
Eh,
I,
some of
I,
them for sure, but I really do think most of it boils down to being an editing problem and a casting problem in that they don't cast people like they do in old seasons. I know I probably said this last week, and I'll probably say it again, but they don't cast non super fans anymore. Like it's all super fans, or at least people that by the average standard would be considered a super fan. Don't sit there in the comments and be like, well, Cody didn't watch 8 episodes of Tokentine, so he's not a real super fan. Like no, no, okay, they all are sitting there in their confessionals giving gamebot confessionals because they've seen 8,000 seasons of the show. What happened to our like old school Survivor players? Like where's the trucker who's never seen Survivor, who they just found in a bar, and he goes out there and has a good time? Or where are the Twylas and the Scouts of Vanuatu and some of my favorite players? So we don't see people like that in the show anymore, and that's what really makes the show good, when people like
Yep.
that thrive and are entertaining, because they're not just playing up for TV. They're just out there being a person.
I think we already talked about this Fan Guy, but then Big Brother is the complete opposite. They just want to cast people that have no idea what they're doing and no idea what the show is. Why can't CBS find middle ground?
Yo, no idea, but I could not have put it better because the shows have like polar opposite problems in exactly that respect. One of them has all super fans. One of them has a bunch of chickens running around with their heads cut off, and it's let's just find some maybe they just need to cast their shows and then ship half of them off to the other show
Yes, I think they should do that.
and find some sort of balance that way maybe because it is needed. It's needed on both ends, and
Yeah.
uh, I don't know why they would do that. There's no rationale behind it.
I think the problem with Big Brother is that they cast people who don't know what they're doing, but the type of people they're casting are social media influencers and younger people typically. And when they're casting an older person, the older person's a social media influencer. They've already got 50,000 Instagram followers. No,
Yeah.
that is not the average American. Throw the first 20 people you find, or the first person you find in each like, I don't know how you would get a representative sample, but just grab like 20 completely random people who've probably never heard of Big Brother before, somehow convince them to play the show, throw them in the Big Brother house. I don't know how many people are in Big Brother, it's not 20, but you get my point. But that would be, I think, a good season, and they wouldn't know what they were doing. You would just explain the rules to them like that. I think that would be really entertaining. But the problem is they're casting like people who want a social media following, so they want to go in there and just do what we saw last season and stuff like that. It's just, I think the cast also skews too young in both shows, but Big Brother obviously more so than Survivor. Not to get off on a tangent, but that's a big problem in my opinion. It's just not good TV.
Well, do we have any departing words for NECA?
You got done dirty. Your allies suck. Screw them. I'm going to go off on them when we get to them in this list, I'm sure. So stupid. It's literally a puzzle, and there were two people working the puzzle, and what just like, you got done dirty by your allies. That's what it comes down to. I don't really think she did anything wrong besides be on the puzzle part of the challenge. Like, that's literally what it was.
My thoughts are, and I feel like this is another problem I have with the show right now and why I find it boring, is the last two seasons and this one again, it's set up in a way where there's no tribe swap. So you get this idea that you're kind of going to need numbers. You need strong players to play in these competitions because we're going to be together till the merge. So we do need to keep strong players around, which I think takes away from gameplay, takes away from excitement, takes away from a lot of things that we're not getting from the season, in my opinion.
It's these people who are sitting here and wanting to make the move that they think is going to get them roasted the least on the internet, when they like are clearly sitting there like having the strongest bond with NECA. Like, it was clear Cody and NECA had a human bond. Jesse was saying it felt like his mother, you know what I mean? Like, they clearly trusted NECA far more than they trusted Noel, because they kept Noel out of a vote. But this game doesn't come down to trust anymore. This game comes down to like game body, big moves, resume, decisions, numbers. Like, that's what's missing, is that people aren't voting on human connections anymore. They're not. They're voting on game bot strategy lines because you're only casting super fans. It's stupid. NECA should not have been who went this episode. And it's because Jesse and Cody suck. That's what it comes down to.
Look at my rankings last week. I saw this coming. I thought it was going to be Cody before NECA, but I saw this coming. Sorry, NECA. She did get done dirty, but I saw this coming. I had a feeling that Jesse was going to try to make it right and, kind of.
I mean, I agree. I feel like it was dumb all around from Jesse and Cody here, but like, still, I think it falls back on this is kind of the game right now. And this show just makes me scratch my head. Like, they've admitted in the past many times that the tribe swap was like the most important twist to the show. And it is, because it adds a totally new dynamics that are needed to make entertaining television. But instead, they want to go around and try and make twists that just don't work, powers that get annoying very quickly, in my opinion, instead of just sticking with what brought you to the dance in the first place. I don't get it.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that this, like, all this advantage-laden gameplay, again, de-emphasizes the human connections and re-emphasizes every other part of the game. Like, you don't see these flips in early seasons that happen because someone feels alienated because they like the people on the outside more than the people in their alliance. You don't see that, because you see flips because someone gets convinced that it's going to help their resume, that it's going to help them like win, or their, I don't know. It's all GameBot based decisions. Like, they'll sit there and have their sob story, and then they'll just make a GameBot decision. That's what New Survivor is. They're like, Camp Life is sob stories, and then they act like GameBots for the other 40 minutes of the show. Yeah, that's what we see.
Yeah, I guess it's just not clicking with me, I guess. But we will move on to our most bottom player, which goes along with this, and that is Cody, because none of us ranked him, and Aspen's not here to rank him.
Yeah,
so
yeah, F Cody. He did NECA dirty for no reason in my eyes. So Just stupid gameplay. Pissed me off enough that I'm just not going to rank him based on that, even though he has an idol.
Yeah, and I want to say, because I do feel like this cast is boring to me, and Cody's like one of the only characters that we're really getting a lot from, other than, and I hate her, but Allie's the only other person actually carrying a part of this season. So like Cody and Allie are these big characters, but I don't know. Cody was dumb here, and I can't defend him. Lay it on him.
I had him last week. I have him last this week. He didn't go. He didn't move down for me because he couldn't go any lower. I've never been a Cody fan. I don't like what he did here at all. You know what's crazy? Like, I mean, the tattoo he has cracks me up. I'll give him that. But outside of that, I mean, and okay, I mean, oh no, this guy's been kind of a character. The salesman who makes the non-salesperson alliance that, you know, to target all the salespeople. There's some like quirky humor to that. But so, I mean, I mean, like, whatever. This guy's just like, he's next. He's next off that tribe when they lose again.
Most likely, yeah. He
100%.
gave away any possible real numbers he probably has. It's stupid.
Yep. It's just so dumb. If you want to vote NECA out, vote out Noel first. That's what it comes down to. You know, and I feel like that didn't happen because Jesse wanted to make a big move, and for some reason this tribe eats out of the palm of his hand, and he wanted to keep his island wife happy. But how you do that is you vote out Noel so that your island wife, quote unquote, is powerless, and then you vote out NECA to give him a show of goodwill if you go to another tribal.
Yep.
But nope, we're not seeing that. So I was very frustrated with the decision making of Cody and Jesse. I hate when people flip one vote later, just because of challenge strength, anything like that. Like, it is not the time to do that, and I really can't. I hope they lose the rest of the challenge, and I hope it's Jesse followed by Cody. I hope Noel and Dwight make the. I mean, I don't really care for Noel and Dwight too much, but care about them more than Cody and Jesse. That tribe could just burn to the ground, as far as I'm concerned.
I will still say, though, I do feel like the current format kind of makes this a thing more because of that. So blame production, but go ahead, Fan Guy.
No, I mean, I agree with you. It does do that. I mean, I kind of just look at it as an additional variable, but these are all game bots, like you said, and so they're all kind of seeing the variables in a different way. Because when there is no tribe swap, it's definitely a spot where you need to keep strength on your tribe because that is actually the most logical decision.
Yep. Well, rounding out the bottom five is Janine and Gio. I mean, well, there's two more, but these are the other ones that were closest to Cody. I mean, any thoughts on them? Gio just keeps, all we have from Gio is sob stories, and Janine is like sort of a Robin to Allie's Batman.
Janine's chin's gonna fall off, but
yeah,
she's still here. I just can't shake the feeling that Janine is gonna eat a bullet meant for Ellie. Don't ask me how, I don't know, but somehow I feel like that's gonna happen, and it's gonna be bullshit because I always have a problem when the better player is kept around for the weaker player to go away so that the better player is weakened. Like, if you're purposely weakening someone, no, they're not your ally. Bye. Like, get rid of them. So not much else to say about Janine. We don't hear as much from her as we do from Ellie.
Yeah. I genuinely think she's the next one off that tribe. When Yellow loses, she's gone.
Well, after two women of color winners, the women of color are dropping like flies this season. So Janine, the odds are stacked against her at this point.
I wonder why. Because the people watch the show because they're all super fans, and they're just in the back of their minds, they'll never say it out loud. I guarantee a good number of these people were saying, I'm not letting the next Marianne get to the end. So they see a black woman, they go, must be Marianne. They have to go. Like, so wonderful decision making. Yeah. Gio. I actually ranked Gio So I'll say
You
that.
did, yeah.
I think I ranked every member of the Blue Tribe because I didn't want to rank any of the Red Tribe really. And yeah.
Well, we will move on to. I know Fan Guy keeps trying to make Cassidy happen. Fan Guy's trying very hard to make Cassidy happen, but she has not broken the top 10 quite yet. Fan Guy, she is still in the same spot as last week. And also Noelle. Some of us ranked her, but it wasn't enough. We barely ranked her, so she was right outside of the top 10. So it is Cassidy and Noelle.
I mean, I ranked Cassidy lower this week, if that counts for anything. But yes, I've ranked Cassidy because much like Mike, I ranked the entire Blue Tribe. Except
I actually
for
didn't rank Cassidy because I forgot she existed. So
see, I didn't rank Gio. Gio was the one person on the Blue Tribe I didn't rank. I think the Blue Tribe is strong together. I think they got a good thing going. So I ranked them all. Noelle, I put her at 10 because I thought she got a big boost from where she was, and now she still probably isn't. Now she probably isn't even on the bottom. Now Cody's probably on the bottom of that tribe. So I thought Noelle, did good enough for me to rank her at 10.
Yeah, I think I ranked Noelle 10 as well because I do feel like her position is a lot better than it was looking. Cassidy, I'll say this: Q had her conspiracy theory last season that somebody from this tribe's going to win the game, and I'm kind of feeling it. But then I'm like, Survivor had this terrible edit 2 seasons ago where they kind of just put this one tribe not in the edit until the end game, and then we had a winner from that tribe. And Cassidy's kind of getting that non-edit that we see from women winners, so wouldn't surprise me.
Still don't like Cassidy. No, I fully buy the Q conspiracy theory, which is why I thought I ranked everyone from the Blue Tribe. But again, I genuinely forgot Cassidy was on the season. That's
Easy
not a
to do.
joke. Did not cross my mind.
But we said the exact same thing about Erica many times.
I feel like I probably said that exact line about Erica. But fully believe Q. Especially after this episode, fully buy into that. Not only because Q is never wrong, but because the Blue Tribe is absolutely fitting that formula. And I think there's some statistic where with people on a tribe that wins a lot in the pre-merge tend to win more than like the Denise Stapleys of the world.
Yeah.
So, and especially like someone like Shan and Ricard who became threats but did not win the game, because that's what happens when you control a tribe and survive to the final 2 or final 3 of a small tribe. You're a threat at best. It's hard to win when you haven't had 10 days to build a bond with the people that you're going into the merge with. Like we saw that Blue Tribe didn't necessarily like each other, but like there was foundations for Heather and Erica and Deshawn and Danny to all band together at different points, different votes, different voting blocks. Like that is valuable, and it takes time. So I do think the winner from this tribe is on the Blue Tribe. And as the numbers for every other tribe dwindle, the odds of that actually happening seem to be getting better and better as well. So definitely on board with that. I didn't rank Noelle, but she would have been my next to be ranked. I ranked Dwight instead of Noelle after I changed it a little bit. But I would have ranked. I would have considered ranking Noelle. I think that's fair. She has a vote steal, and it's very powerful in a small tribe.
And she did put her money where her mouth was, like they said in the episode. She did perform well in the challenge. That's what Q was upset about last week, that she was talking all this shit but she wasn't even in the challenge to talk shit in the first place. But this week she did do well.
Q had a valid point about that too. I'm just gonna say that,
I just want one episode where she doesn't have a confessional where she reminds everyone that she lost her leg. Like, I understand she talks for 6 hours, and that's an editor thing, not dishing on Noelle. That's an editor problem where they feel the need to remind casual viewers who tuned in what's going for the middle of an episode to remember what happened. Moped accident, so on and so forth. But she kicked ass in that challenge. And then when they sent her on the journey, I'm like, please tell me production's going to give her leg. Like, because I was like, did that other tribe send her to try and be like she's not going to be able to walk.
I would hope
there's always a
not.
walk. There's
Yeah,
a
I know.
hike, and then there was the
Large walk.
through the water. Yeah.
All right, we will move on to number 10, which is Gabler.
Yeah.
He keeps falling, as he should.
He's gassed even worse than he was last week.
Yeah, that's kind of his main story, is that he's kind of not doing very well out there. He's struggling to be there.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're setting him up to get taken out by medical or something.
Kind
Like
of.
it's almost
What
like
it kind of feels like.
like you feel that foreshadowing.
Ooh, that would be. I could see it. I could see it, for sure, because they have to have, with the way they do the shortened seasons, don't they usually have to have an episode where? No, that doesn't make sense. I don't know how it'll work out, but I know they had the episode last season, or the 2 last seasons, where there was no eliminations. So
Oh yeah, that's because in the premiere they were doing double eliminations. But this
Yes.
season they didn't.
okay, I don't know. I think I don't really see him getting medvac so much as but they have hounded it a lot, and like I said, they're trying to handhold us really hard. So yeah, I could totally see that. I
I
only
think that's a
ranked
good
him.
conspiracy theory.
I only ranked him where he was because he still has an idol. And, like again, the second that idol's gone, I don't think I'll continue to rank him unless he like finds a stash of 5-hour energy hidden behind a bush or something. Don't think he's gonna make a spot on my list.
What do you think of the guys' alliance on that tribe, though? Like, is it real? Is it strong?
I don't think it's strong. I think it's strong enough to get Janine out. I think it'll be strong enough to do that, but I think after that it's gonna crack in some way, shape, or form before they get your best friend
I'm
Ellie
kind of
out.
feeling the same way.
Before they get your best friend Ellie out, somehow she's gonna cause some.
No, Allie's getting far. She has one of the only edits going on. But
She's gonna cause some sort of divide. Maybe once Gabler's gone, and or at the merge, she's gonna flip on them, and it'll be they'll get rid of Janine, then they'll merge.
probably. Any other thoughts on Gabler? Well, we move on to number 9 for the first time, making our top 10. It is Owen.
Nice. I did rank him because, again, I just wanted to avoid ranking like the red team. So Owen got ranked because I think he's actually in the middle here. Like I feel like he could go with the girls or he could go with the guys. So he's done something right. My highest ranking from the that's not true. Close to my highest ranking from the Yellow Tribe, but should have been higher. I just think I just feel like getting votes in your first tribal makes you a really easy target in the next tribal. So I think my reasoning at 11 p.m. last night when I was tired.
I mean, I also ranked him. I ranked him kind of high too. I saw what you saw, Mike, and that he is actually in a good position in this tribe. Now, I don't really trust that he has the social game to continue to pull that kind of thing off, but I do feel like at this point in time, he might be in the best position in that tribe in the middle. So you're right about that. Do you have any thoughts on Owen, fan guy?
I like him. I didn't rank him, but I like him. I just think the guys on that side are about to crumble, so I didn't put any of them very highly at all, but I like Owen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't dislike him. I just hope we actually see some gameplay from him or some smarts from him, because I don't feel like we have yet. But somehow he's in a good position. So, like Mike says, he's doing something right. All right, well then we will move on to our big fall of the rankings, and that is number 8. That is Jesse.
Yeah, not far enough of a fall. Boo. I'm so frustrated. I said last week multiple times that like he's in a really good spot. All he needs
You
to do
said
is
that.
not flip for the sake of making a big move. And what did he do? What did he do? Yeah, he flipped for
Exactly
the sake of making a big move. Him and Cody both. I don't know who was the real driver of that, but screw them both. He's just He's the boring game bot. He's not entertaining in my eyes. And I don't think it was a good move to get rid of NECA. I think it's a terrible move to get rid of NECA. You've already burned Dwight and you've already burned Noel, and now they're half your tribe. And they have a vote steal, which granted he doesn't know, but they're half your tribe. And he knows she went on a journey. You know what I mean? And he
Yeah.
knows she was alienated last vote and she went on a journey. You better believe she's coming back with something, especially when you see that she can vote because you know how the deal is. So just a boneheaded move, an absolutely boneheaded move from Jesse. I originally ranked him 10 just because I wanted to make the joke like, haha, 10, just how confident he was at the tribal. But like, no, I didn't rank him at all because screw him. Anyone who says I'm literally voting you immediately if the host asks on a scale of 1 to 10 how confident you are it happens and you say 10, I'm literally just like, nah, fuck you. I'll show you. You're not going to know where my vote's going.
I need to start asking that question on tribal councils and see if anybody actually thinks that way. But yeah, Jesse, not a fan of this move here. I feel like as a game bot, he overplayed, and yeah, I agree with everything Mike said. Fan guy.
To miss something. I rank Jesse high. He's just, ex gang member that they remind us every episode.
Well, did he have the look in his eye this episode because he made the move?
No, I just think I saw this move coming. Like it's what I thought they were gonna do. I thought he was trying to, maybe I just see it differently. Like I felt like he was trying to appease Dwight and repair that relationship from the vote prior. And that was how he did it. So
do you think that worked though? Do you think that relationship is mended? Do you think they will be a tight duo? Or do you think he gave too much power to Dwight?
If it is mended, then they're the strongest duo on that particular tribe.
I mean, I can't argue against that.
Which actually gives them all the power if it works out like that. So, you hack one member of one duo, you hack one member of the other duo, and then you're the last duo standing. So I think if that's the frame they're thinking about it in, then it was a great move.
Nah, man, Dwight's like a game player. Like the whole cast is obviously game players, but like Dwight's on a whole nother level because he's young and he's gonna like want to make ambitious big moves. He's gonna be like all these people who sit in Little Brother who are like, man, he's a gamer. Like Fan Guy was saying at some point in Little Brother, which you can catch 3 times a week. But Dwight is like exactly that, and he would definitely backstab Jesse in a heartbeat. Like that's the problem. You know who I don't think would be as likely to backstab you, especially this early in the game? NECA. And you just voted her out because she couldn't do a turtle puzzle. Wait, who was the other one on the puzzle? Was it Jesse?
Yeah.
That you also couldn't do, bro. So, F you. You should have been off the list. Bye-bye.
Yeah, add Jesse to my entire team that I hate. By the way, Fan Guy, the only person with 4 people left. The rest of us have all lost a player. I hate my team, and I hope my team loses, to be honest. Gabler, Janine, and Jesse. So, either of you 3 or Boo Boo wins. I'll be content with that. But any final thoughts on Jesse? Like, I mean, Fan Guy's point, it is true to me. I do feel like if Dwight is actually thinking that way and they're going to be this strong duo... But I think there's a reason that Dwight is now higher in our rankings than Jesse. So maybe Dwight is the better player and Jesse handed over some power to him right now. Well, number 7 is Ellie.
I didn't rank her first this time.
You did not.
I definitely dropped her. No homer bias from me. I literally ranked her 9th. Because this is just another rough episode for her where it's just her being overconfident in her tribe, like immediately proving her wrong.
I'm not going to lie. I don't like her, but I ranked her kind of high because everybody else is boring me so much that I just felt like, fuck it, I'll rank her because I'm bored with everybody else's gameplay. But, I mean, you're right. I don't think she's like... I think she's another player. This is kind of the theme of this podcast today, I guess. She's another player that I think is going to overplay. She has the potential. All these game bots are just going to continue to make, I think, moves that we're not going to agree with most of this season.
I like her edit is what I like about Ellie. I like the edit they're giving her. I feel like it's a strong edit. Hence, I rank her. She dropped a lot for me because, in theory, the guys are supposed to band together, but I think she's going to find a crack. I really wanted to vote her to score her higher than I did, but my common sense got to me, so I knocked her down quite a bit.
Owen's jumping ship to the girls. Like that's clearly what the edit's trying to tell us. Which don't ask me why, but that's the only way they would actually give someone like Ellie confessionals, unless she just like crazy eyes. Like she looks. I can't even do it right, but she looks like Dot, like looking into the camera with one eye. It's obligatory. It is in our contract that we mention Dot at least once an episode. So there's our mention.
Correct. I mean, anything else on Ellie? Well, that brings us.
She's a dark horse to win.
She can be. She has the edit, but it's not the typical edit they would give to a woman. But we'll see if they actually changed it up for once. Number 6 is our biggest movier upper. His potential duo fell, but Dwight is at number 6.
This, I think, was the best episode from Dwight yet. So I did rank him based on that. I didn't want to rank anyone from the red team, but I decided I'd rank Dwight. So good on him. Seems like he came out on top this episode. I think he only really gets screwed if both of the advantages floating in his tribe get played. So I think that's a pretty good spot to be in. Don't think the winner is him or anyone on the red tribe. At least I hope not. But he, I think, is in the best spot of his tribe. So props to you. Gave you a ranking for that.
I'll say this about Dwight. The round when he didn't have a vote, he managed to not be a target at all. And this week, he gets his way. I mean, I feel like his social game is probably the most top-notch on this tribe by far, I would say. So Dwight, I think he is the best player on this tribe now that Jesse has shown himself to be a little much of an overplayer.
Yeah, no, say what you will about Dwight, but I'll change my tune on Dwight if he decides to vote out Noel now that he has gotten his first taste of being on the right side of a vote. I'll immediately want to take his ranking as well. But
if he becomes new Jesse?
Yes, if he decides to become the new Jesse. Like, oh my God, if someone has my back in a vote and is honest with me about who they're voting, I'm not going to target them before people who weren't. It's not rocket science. Like, I'm not going to do it, especially not in the pre-merge, man. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean? It's just dumb.
Yeah,
like,
I feel you.
Dwight hasn't been that dumb. I think I'd rank him higher if he was an old man. He's just young. Like, he doesn't have the life experience, and I think that'll eventually bite him in the butt.
Van, got any thoughts on Dwight?
Like Dwight, man, I think his stock went up a ton. I think if him and Jesse come together, they put themselves in a great spot. And either way, I feel like he's part of the power duo either way, with either Noel or with Jesse. So I feel like he's in the best spot on the red tribe, quite possibly.
Yeah, I think so. After this episode, I don't know how he can't be unless he fumbles it, like Mike is saying, which is potential from this cast of GameBots. But I do think Dwight must have a great social game. We don't get a lot of it, but he has to. All right, number 5 is Sammy. Boo Boo's pick, the highest he's been in our rankings yet.
So he keeps getting the edit where they, once again, it's his is that they remind us that he's actually not 22 and he's 19. That's what we keep finding out about him every episode. That's, repeated about him. And so for me, it's something similar in terms of the edit. I just like his edit. I ranked him a little lower than this, but I'm ranking him higher than I would normally rank a 19-year-old because I think he's got a shot to go deep with the edit he's getting.
I think so too, and he might be the youngest, and he might still have some immature conversations, but I think he's one of these smarter people on this season, in my opinion, so far from everything I've seen, because these people are dumb to me.
He acts like being 22 makes him this paragon of maturity, and he's like, and no one will think he's a young wild guy because he's 22.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you've got them fooled. They're looking over at you like you're practically geriatric. Nah, dude, they're gonna pretty much perceive you the same, like almost the same, in my opinion.
Any other thoughts on Sammy?
This is exactly where I ranked him. Like he's in a, by what we've been shown, he's in a good spot in his tribe. I just don't think he has much of a lifespan at the merge.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. It depends on if this, which we're speculating that it's not the case, but if this male alliance actually comes to fruition, it could be. He might have a better shot in the merge than we think. All right, then we will move on to Ryan at number 4.
I like Ryan, man. I know I say that about everybody. Ryan's my dude. This dude, he just has like a good energy about him. I like the way he competes hard. He seems to just, yeah, I just like Ryan. I like his story. I like his competitive edge. I don't think he's in the best spot on this tribe, but I don't think he's in the worst spot on this tribe. I think he becomes maybe a bigger target, but also a bigger threat at the merge if he can get to the merge.
We keep speculating that his threat level is going to grow at some point because of him being a physical threat. And I can still see it, yeah.
He's beasted every challenge. Like literally every challenge. I'll see him do something and go like, damn, dude's a beast. And like it's impressive. And I like him a lot. Like, I'm just gonna echo Fanguy. Like, I like Ryan and I don't like a lot of this cast. Like I genuinely like Ryan. I'd like to see more of Ryan. And he just had a very passive episode, so I dropped him very slightly in my rankings. Threat level management is going to be the name of the game for Ryan. If he can manage to do that, I would like to see him win the game. I'd like to see him go far. I do think the winner's on the blue tribe. Top 4 are all blue tribes. So
yes,
good
our
for
top
Ryan.
4. Q's theory is going very far with us this week, apparently, because this is our top 4 from that tribe. Any other thoughts on Ryan? I feel like of our top 4, he is the one I have the harder time see winning, but I mean it's very possible. Just because like we said, his threat level will grow at some point.
I just feel like if a man like Ryan wins, they show him more. Like reading the edit, if a man like Ryan's winning, we'll have heard his sob story 4 times by now.
True.
And
True.
in addition to how he's providing for the camp 5 times. But that's just that, that's just how.
Well, do you think that should raise Gio's stock in our eyes? All he has is a sob story.
When you put it that way, maybe. But I also don't see Gio as like the alpha male type that Props is going to sit at home and drool over and call up the editors at 3 a.m. and go, more Ryan, or more Gio in the episode.
I think if Ryan ends up at the end, he does win. I actually do believe that. I think his just his nature of everything about him, his story, all of it. If he ends up at the end, he does win, which makes me think there's not a lot of chance they should let him get there.
Yeah, that he's one of those people we talk about a lot of seasons is that, if he gets to the end, he's probably going to win. But getting to the end, that's when you got to dodge and weave your target.
Seasons boot lists are full of people who would have won if they got to the end. That's the problem. There's a reason that people who have that label don't get to the end.
Yep. Well, that brings us to number 3, and I think Fanguy's number 1. That would be Lindsay.
A little bit of homerism.
Team Heather. Team Heather. This is the upgraded Heather, though. You know how all of this cast is like watered down versions of past players?
Yeah.
This is like Heather on steroids is Lindsay. We got an upgrade from Heather with Lindsay.
I don't know if it's that big of an upgrade. I mean, her edit is still like, other than the first episode, it's a little...
She's there, though. She's got that look. You can just tell Lindsay's there to crack that whip and get some shit done. She is ready to beat all these whippersnappers into shape and make sure they are ready to do the challenges and shit. Lindsay is on point. She is on point out there. I love Lindsay. Lindsay for the win. Let's go. I don't think it'll happen, but I hope it happens.
As someone who drafted Heather and who clung desperately to the hope that we'd see like a flashback episode where Heather was shown to puppet master the whole season. Lindsay is indeed the upgraded Heather in every way, shape, and form. And I could have had her over Justine. So that's on me, completely on me. Because I didn't want to draft the next Heather. I was burned that hard. So props on you for recognizing that. And I agree. I could genuinely see Lindsay holding $1 million check at the reunion. Because why? I mean, she's there. She's got it. She's zoned in. So props to her.
Y'all said it. I mean, I guess it would be better if this tribe was getting a bigger edit, but I do feel like Lindsay is there. She's here to play, and I think she has. I still feel like she has the biggest potential on this tribe, other than our number 2. Our number 1, I'm not totally sold yet, even though I too ranked her high. But Lindsay, she's in it. Any other thoughts on Lindsay? Still not a lot to go off of from this tribe, but they're our top 4. So, all right. Well, then number 2 is James.
All right, the highest on my team. Woo, let's go, King James. The reason I ranked him probably the highest I've ranked him, even with him being on my team, is that we see him calm at camp, but not portrayed lazily. And we see Carla going to him for advice. Like the first person she goes to, not directly for advice, but for like passive advice, is James. And he just is like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'd go for it. Maybe I wouldn't. I'd have to assess the situation. And Carla's like, that's all I needed to hear, which was really just Carla needing to work up her own nerve and not actually hear anything from James. But the fact that she was like willing to sit down with him anyways. And he's like, yeah, I don't give a damn about a bead. Give me the social capital of letting you have the bead. Like, go ahead. Like, that's good. I liked what I saw from James this episode. My best chance on my team of winning, I think, having the winner of my team.
I agree. I like James a lot. I do feel like he's going to be able to maneuver himself in this game. I think that's going to be his biggest quality going forward is I don't know if we talk about it a lot, but I do feel like in these games, the timing of when you maneuver is so important. And I do feel like James might be able to do that.
I like James. I think that tribe, that alliance on the blue tribe is just in a really good spot. Hence why I guess we all ranked them pretty high collectively. So I guess everybody's kind of sees that's the strongest unit. If they don't lose too many pre-merge immunity challenges, then they're going to go in with the strongest collective group, which in theory gives them the best chance to win. I think James, I didn't even realize what Mike said, like, until he just said it. Like, it didn't dawn on me, but that is a big deal. Whenever you have, I thought the girls on this tribe were going to be tighter than maybe them, and I thought maybe the James, the guy, would be on the outside of the girl thing, but I think he has good relationships with the girls, so I think he's in a good spot overall.
I think of the guys, we've been shown that he has the best relationships with the girls for sure.
And he's clearly a smart guy, like a good strategic, like a very strategic thinker. So I think sky's the limit for him.
Any other thoughts on James? Well, our number 1, I mean, she had the biggest edit from this tribe that we think is going to have a good shot at winning, is Carla. She has a power.
And I ranked her number 1 for the first time. So I'll start. A week or two ago, I said, I like her. She got a good narrator edit, I think. I can't necessarily see her winning. I could see her winning, I still think I'd be more, not necessarily shocked, but like trying to read between the lines. I think the winner is probably James, Lindsay, maybe Ryan. More so than Carla, but I could easily see Carla winning because they're giving her a lot. I just get the vibe of it being like a growth edit or like a journey and et cetera, et cetera. But that could also just be how they're trying to show a female winner who isn't
True.
controlling votes because there are no votes. So, like, I could totally see a Carla win. So, considering that she now has an idol, boom, #1 spot. Congratulations. No one knows you have it, unlike Cody with NECA and Jesse both knowing you have it. James might be able to reason it out, but he really didn't seem too concerned. So, and she did a really good job, I think, socially with, like, I want you to have this earring as a reminder of me. Can I have this bead? I want you to have this earring. I want you to have my turquoise bracelet because I know your girlfriend is collecting turquoise stuff. Like that is one line, but it shows so much about how in tune she is socially with at least Ryan and probably everyone on this tribe. Like she seems to be playing a great game. So props to Carla, #1 ranking from me.
Yeah, she seems to be the no, I mean, I'm not gonna call it the glue, but she just seems to be exactly that. Like she's in the middle of everything of that tribe. Like, when you draw the little alliance circles or whatever, there, it's like her, and then she has all the lines connecting to her for the most part, individually with people as well as groups. So I think she's in a great spot too. I'm super, super stoked. I really was gonna rank her second, but I didn't want y'all to be like bash me for being a homer if I had like all my people ranked super high, but all my people ended up really high. Not even my first pick. My second, third, and fourth pick are all in our top 4. So let's go my team.
Yeah, your team's doing the best. I can't dispute that, fan guy. And Carla, this was a great episode for Carla. I think I agree with both of you. I agree that she is in a great position because of her social game, but I also like Mike, I guess, out of our top 4. I mean, I do actually see her a little higher than Ryan in my top 4, that she has a better shot at winning than him. But James and Lindsay, I don't see it yet, but the potential's there. And like you said, Mike, we never know how they're going to edit a woman winner. So who knows? Who really actually knows?
I feel like the reason I'm considering the lesser shown people on the Blue Tribe that we're still getting tidbits from is like that's what we saw in 41 with Erica. Like James, more than anyone, might be getting the Erica edit without any negativity. Like not a shred of negativity that I've seen really. Like so that's just good. You know what I mean? Like that's a good edit for like someone on a tribe that's winning a lot, in my opinion. And then Lindsay, anytime they show someone like that they've buried in the past, like with Heather, like that's the archetype they just like buried in the edit. Like I could totally see that just being because she wins and they have to give her something at this point in the game so that casual viewers aren't like, who's this? Even though they still will be like that.
Yeah, they will. Casuals. So annoying online. All right. Well, any final thoughts on the rankings or the episode? I think Mike's yawn does it for me. I think the episode was boring as hell. I think the season and the cast is pretty boring. But hopefully they can take it up a notch. But I still say the format of this 3-team, no tribe swap, it's already stale. It's already boring. And I hope this doesn't mean that they have some new kind of twist at the merge, fan guy. It might not be the hourglass, but it might be something equally as stupid.
It'll probably be something equally dumb, like I don't know, spin the cube or something. Like I don't
they
know.
have to spin the bottle, and whatever it lands on, that person's safe for the round.
Yeah, knowing them, it'll just be something ridiculous.
They're going to be like, oh, you won an auction? Oh, we'll bring back an auction. And they'll like F it up in some really stupid way.
Probably. The Survivor merge auction. I could see it now.
Like you're like one of the prizes is like the hourglass, and they're like, "Psych! You thought he was gone."
That's something they would totally do, Mike. You're right about that. All right. Well, on that note, that does it for our rankings this week.